The video today is about Volume 2, number 28, the scale in C major. In the text below the video are the times of contents, so everything is easy to find. And I recommend, when playing with the video, to do it by using an earphone, but leave one ear free so one ear can hear the recording, in the other ear your own play. I love the scale in C major. I found it the most rewarding scale. It encompasses the whole range of the cello, starting on its lowest note. Having no sharps or flats, it is also the skeleton of all notes, the basis on what to rely on to go from. For decades, it's the first thing I play after tuning the cello. And it's a kind of meditation. Each note has 3 beats, it's a full sound, and gradually my thoughts drift from everyday issues to just the cello until my mind finds its way, total centering, controlling the best intonation and the best beginnings and ends of each bow. It takes for me about 2.5 minutes of the day, and I play 4 octaves up and down, and it turns often a busy or worried mind into a quiet and focused mind. For 2 octaves, it's not more than 1.5 minutes, the fastest and most effective meditation. A C scale in faster tempo or another scale might come after, but the possible achievement of perfection here and now is more important than drilling many scales. To play the C scale with the accompaniment makes it even sound like a pretty little piece. Since this is the first thing to play, I always I sit comfortable, the torso straight, the shoulders even. We can test the shoulders by lifting them up and then dropping them again. And they need to fall even into their sockets. Many cellists sit a bit twisted, have the cello straighter, and then come around like higher and straighter. So this shoulder needs to go back. This arm needs to come forward, and if you lift the shoulders in your playing position, you can feel nothing falls. So we need to sit in both arms, the play position, drop, and it has to feel comfortable, and the shoulders really fall into their socket. The twisting is actually not a good idea because it can lead to backache and even curvature of the spine. When I start the low C, I have moved my elbow a bit up, so I can feel the power on the string. And it's a feeling if you push from here, and first goes the arm up. It doesn't go down here, because when you come to the tip, you can feel in different spots some tension. So you move it up, and you can feel you have a lot of power on the string, and you can hear it. The driver of the bow, it sits in the elbow, not in the fingers. So the power flows from the elbow, you neglect more or less the hand, to this point where you make the music. And now as to the bow speed, I start slower, so the bow gets a grip. If you start fast, the bow doesn't get a grip. Then a speed up, slow down again. At the end, as mentioned in the video to number 16 and 17 as well, it's like riding a bicycle. Always good contact with the road, with the string, starting off, driving at speed, and then slowing down, not stopping with a jolt. Now something for this stage, because it's such a fundamental scale, I recommend to say the note name of each note until we know them backwards. And another reminder, you will see, if you look at my left hand, that I play 3 and 4 quite close together. Not, you can hear it a bit out. But the 2 quite close to the 1. Not. So the 2, we need to take a little bit back. So the gaps, because our hand naturally falls like these 2 fingers are together. And it's not in tune. Would be out. Would be out. We take them both a bit back. To take them both a bit up for the 3, both a bit back for the 2. Because it's not enough that we play the right finger. We need to play the right finger on the right spot. And then the scale should have a beautiful and full sound to getting the best out of the cello. Now I count 6 beats in, and on the way up I take a little break where the comma is between the notes, and on the way down I play straight through so it gets smoothly from one note to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wrote an accompaniment which is theoretically playable at this stage, but it would be very hard. I plug it and leave the fingers always down for 3 beats if possible. And I count 6 beats in and plug each note quite strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now the C major scale slurred, which is good to gain fluency. As in all slurs, going up like O to 1 or 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, I slightly hammer or drop the next finger for articulation, like O, like this. So I count 4 beats in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now a few words to the process of learning in music. We learn by repeating what we are doing, very simply. In fact, our body and mind wants to repeat what we did. But what we did can be quite complex. We not only learn to play that note, if you play it a bit out of tune, we get used to it. If you play something in a boring way, you learn to play boring. If you are engaged and try to play beautiful, you learn to pay attention and playing beautiful. A common mistake is to stop when something went wrong and then we play after the right note. But this stopping will be learned too. When we play without stopping, you might have noticed it gets confusing and it doesn't work straight away. Sometimes it's nearly good, but somehow we know it can be a bit better. And I call it the little unhappiness. I find it the most important thing to pay attention to, because correcting just these little bits makes later the good player. The only thing we can give away for a while is speed. We can play slower and then try faster without that we learned anything wrong. In fact, our technique is experience the tiny steps, which we can only notice in slow speed. And rushing will diminish our grade of awareness and also make the hand tenser. And not to forget, the fastest thing of learning is making no mistake. Then we do need to relearn. And it has to be quite slow to do that. Wishing you all to get better quickly and see you again for next lesson. Goodbye for now.